interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important details will follow.
Hello and welcome to Virus. My name is Jordan Fletcher. For the past 24 years, I have traveled the world as an extreme biologist and journalist, publishing some of science's most highly recognized articles and magazine pieces. My drive comes from living on the edge, which I find only in the planet's most dangerous and hostile environments. I have been to practically every corner of the world and sat face to face with some of the most dangerous creatures nature has to offer. Just to give you some perspective, in 2001, I wrestled with the king cobras of South Africa. 2004, I found myself searching the depths of the Atlantic Ocean for the killer stonefish species. In 2010, I walked over 200 miles through the Middle East in pursuit of a large colony of deathstalker scorpions. Did any of these events truly scare me? No. Does anything scare me? Yes. Those are both questions I get asked beyond frequently. Now, after hearing my response to the second question, that being a yes, people's immediate reaction is, well, what does scare you? My answer remains, and will always remain, the same. Viruses. How many people have you seen lying on the ground, unconscious, while black, burning hot blood spews out of every opening in their body? My guess? Not many. How many people have you seen coughing? How many people have you seen that look tired, with glazed eyes? How many people have you seen holding their forehead in pain, symbolizing a headache? My guess? Probably quite a few. Probably more than you can count. Would you be shocked if I told you that all those mild conditions can be early symptoms of a level 4, military-grade, biohazardous virus with a 90% kill rate and within a matter of 7 days could leave you lying on the ground in a pool of your own blood? But don't worry, you're safe in North America. Most of these viruses are located thousands of miles away in remote regions of African rainforests. Or, at least that's what people used to think. Now, thanks to the ever-increasing transportation systems that cross our globe like a web, to think one is safe from a killer virus such as Ebola Zaire or Marburg simply because they live in North America is foolish and most certainly wrong. The reality is, today, a hot virus born in a remote jungle village can cross the globe and end up in one of the world's largest city centers in less than 24 hours. Don't believe me? Let's pull up some statistics and find out. The travel time from Nairobi, Kenya to London, England, 8 hours and 35 minutes. Nairobi, Kenya to New York, United States, 16 hours and 30 minutes. Nairobi, Kenya to Moscow, Russia, 9 hours and 27 minutes. Nairobi, Kenya to Toronto, Canada, 15 hours and 39 minutes. I think that proves the point. That is, a virus such as Ebola, which once had its presence confirmed at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport in Nairobi, Kenya, which one of our guests will talk about later on in this episode, can spread all the way from Kenya to North America in less than a single day. I find that absolutely terrifying to even think about, and we're only getting started. Viruses such as Ebola Zaire are deemed hot due to their extraordinary capabilities to transfer from host to host. Once the virus has found a host, it multiplies itself in millions until the host has been completely used up. This means that every last drop of the host's once normal blood has been infected with the disease. All that's left for the host to do is collapse and spew their burning hot blood in all directions in an attempt to infect those around them. Once the virus has entered a new host, it repeats the vicious cycle again. The cycle of infection is increased rapidly when the hosts are in close proximity to each other. This is due to the minimal amount of effort the virus has to expel to find a new host. Think about an airplane. The most popular commercial liner, the Boeing 737, on average seats 150 to 200 people. Each of those people will have less than 1 cubic meter of space to themselves. They will be within an arm's reach of a minimum of 4 people at all times and share an armrest with at least one other person. All it takes is for one host to sneeze or cough, have a tiny microscopic portion of their saliva or mucus enter the body of the passenger next to them. And then, just like that, an outbreak would start. 200 people, all locked in a metal tube with a level 4 virus infecting passenger after passenger, piercing through the sky at over 833 kilometers an hour, heading directly for a major city. It would quite literally be a biohazardous bomb. Coming up, we will hear from world-renowned expert Dr. Peter Hotez, the founding dean of the National School of Tropical Medicine, and award-winning author Richard Preston, as we work to unpack the terrifying truth behind the Ebola viruses. Our virus team field researcher Alex Tren will also be on the air this episode to share what he is calling his closest near-death experience ever. All that and more up next on Virus.